Welcome to the best weekend of the year. College football playoff semifinals, along with NFL Super Wildcard weekend. Let's get straight into it. So to start off, we have today, Thursday, January 9th. We have Notre Dame versus Penn State. Notre Dame is a 1-point favorite as of right now. I think this is going to be a great game. It looks like Abdul Carter and Jeremiah Love are both scheduled to play today. Now keep in mind, Notre Dame hasn't really played a good quarterback yet this college football playoffs. I mean, they played Curtis Rourke. He's not bad, but he's playing on a torn ACL. And then they played, obviously, the Georgia Bulldogs, which had their backup in, which he wasn't bad either. But I think Drew Allar is a little bit different. What Notre Dame can do, if they can control the clock tonight, they are going to win that game. If they can control possession time, things like that, they're going to come out on top. Penn State head coach James Franklin is also known for losing big games. Let's see if he does again tonight. I have Penn State winning 28-24. Next up on Friday, we have the Ohio State Buckeyes versus the Texas Longhorns. Keep in mind, this game is going to be played in Arlington, Texas. So a little bit of home field advantage for Texas, but not too much though. I've heard there's bad weather conditions. Good thing they're playing indoors, but there's bad weather conditions. It's hard to travel. So could we see a little more Ohio State fans? Possibly. Now overall, I think Ohio State is just going to overwhelm Texas. I know Texas has one of the best defensive backs in the nation, but Jeremiah Smith is a whole nother monster. I personally was at the Rose Bowl. I saw it for myself. That is a grown-ass man out there versus some kids. I also think Ohio State's run defense is going to be ready for what Texas presents to them. I think Jack Sawyer is going to have a huge game, and I think if they make Quinn Ewers pass the ball, it could get ugly real quick. I think Ohio State wins. Ryan Day takes his team to the national championship. Give me the final score of 31-20. Now moving over to the NFL, we have the Chargers visiting the Houston Texans. Chargers have actually opened up as road favorites, which might surprise some people. Doesn't really surprise me. Reason being, the Texans are honestly, they look a bit lost, if that makes sense. Yes, they're winning games. Yes, they won their division. But I mean, in the AFC South, it's terrible. It's the Colts, the Texans, the Jaguars, and the Titans. I mean, that's not a hard division to win whatsoever. And they just seem very lackluster compared to what they presented last year. Playoffs is all about momentum, and the Chargers have that as of right now. I think the Chargers take this one 27-20 on the road. They get it done. Next up, we have the nightcap. On Saturday, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking a visit to Baltimore. This will be their third time playing this year, as obviously we know they're in the same division. Baltimore is actually 9-point favorites. I think that's a lot of points against the Steelers. George Pickens is back, obviously. I believe last time they played, he was not in. Don't quote me on that. Ultimately, I don't see Lamar losing in the playoffs, at least not this early. He's not going to lose to the Steelers. Do the Steelers cover the spread, though? I can definitely see that as a good possibility. There's no way Lamar loses at home in the first round. Give me the Ravens to win that one. 24-17, an absolute dogfight. Moving over to Sunday's matchup, we have the Buffalo Bills hosting the Denver Broncos. Similar line as the Steelers and Ravens game. The Buffalo Bills are actually 8.5-point favorites. I did see a stat that the Denver Broncos have not lost a game by more than one possession this year. Not sure if that's true, but if so, could be huge if you're looking to take the Broncos and the points. Ultimately, I think Buffalo wins this one. They come out on top. I think they win by 10 points. Give me 31-21. Next up, we have the Eagles hosting the Green Bay Packers. Keep in mind, these teams played week one. Not sure if you guys remember, it was the Brazil game. The Eagles came out on top on this one. Now, keep in mind, Jordan Love did hurt his throwing hand in that last game against the Bears. How much of a factor that will be, we will see. Looks like Philly is 4.5-point favorites. I could see them covering that spread. I think they win by 7. Give me the Eagles to win 27-20. And for the nightcap, we have my Washington Commanders headed to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. These teams obviously played week one as well. The Buccaneers actually blew out the Commanders in Jaden Daniels' NFL debut. I mean, the leading receiver was Austin Eckler. I mean, that's clearly not going to happen again. The leading receiver for Tampa Bay was actually Chris Godwin, which also isn't going to happen again. So two totally different teams in my opinion now. The Bucs are obviously going to have a way higher usage of Bucky Irving this time around as well. Now, this might be slightly biased. I think Jaden Daniels goes on the road. He gets it done here as 3-point dogs. Give me the Commanders to win outright 28-24. And then for the only Monday night game, we have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Keep in mind, these teams played as well. The Rams actually came out on top. They are one of 3 losses that the Minnesota Vikings have. So I actually just saw a TikTok. The Minnesota Vikings started on a 5-game win streak. They went and played the Lions, they lost. They went and played the Rams, they lost. They went on a big win streak again. As we know, last week they lost to the Lions on Sunday Night Football, and now they go play the Vikings. Could we see that repeat itself once again? My answer is no. I think the Minnesota Vikings actually get it done on the road. They advance to the second round. I think Justin Jefferson is going to have a monster game. I think they'll have a plan to try to neutralize Puka Nacua as well. Give me the Vikings in a tight one. I'm actually going to go 27-24. Let me know who you guys have advancing to the next round in both college football and the NFL. Who's your favorite team? Who are you rooting on this weekend? Let me know down below in the comments. Make sure you guys subscribe.